Okay, I tell you what we have. This is taking off from Maxon Airfield, which is up here, Thousand Island dressing, and Boldt Castle and Boathouse. And the little runway there is Maxon. I don't know whether we're going to be able to get out of there with the F-15, but this is enough distance. I thought I could do it in the TBM, but it takes the better part of an hour to fly this distance, 129 nautical miles. And anyway, in the F-15 it's 18 minutes, and by the time I talk now and all that, the YouTube will run a little over that. What we're doing is running down here, and we got the Finger Lakes. That's the first time I heard about the Finger Lakes, and the runways around this lake, the middle finger. Yep, and that is Seneca Lake. They had a twin Piper after they quit building the twin Comanche, called the Seneca, and I don't know whether they still have the Seneca, but it was little 4-cylinder engines, 180 horsepower. Maybe they pumped it up to 200. Whether they still build the Seneca or not, a little six place, and when you get 6 people in it with baggage, it's probably a marginal airplane like the twin Comanche was, but. If you loaded them right, you were all right, and you flew it by the numbers. You could stay alive. I actually took my multi-engine training in a twin Comanche, which a few people got killed in that airplane. So training in it and otherwise. So at the bottom here, there's no airports, and at the bottom of this Finger Lake. Seneca is Watkins Glen, a famous race course. After World War II, they started finding they used to race right through town of Watkins Glen. Now they've got the track out here just to the left, so we'll fly around that. And then the largest runway is here in Ithaca. And I said, why is Ithaca familiar? Well, it turns out that's Lake Cayucas, and Ithaca and Cornell, and I'll get down there. I got a song. Possibly both my uncles went to Cornell, and my Uncle June. They're all dead now, but my Uncle June was a oarsman or a stroke. I think they called them strokes. Were the oar, and they had one big oar, and they had eight guys rowing. It's the big rowing team, and they have the guy in the back with a little megaphone, and I won't say what he's called, but this is a family YouTube. So we're going to skip his name, and they still row in the Olympics. My uncle didn't go to the Olympics, but he was a great swimmer and a great stroke. And I saw his oar. His oar used to be at the family summer home at Fairfield, Connecticut, and it was up in the rafters in the living room. Great big oar. The oar had to be more than 10 feet long. It was just that oar alone was something to see. Anyway, I'm learning about this area. I always knew about Rochester. Rochester's where Eastman Kodak, I believe, was in Rochester. A lot of interesting towns, Rome and Utica, Syracuse. Of course, Syracuse is a great college there. So here's Cornell and Ithaca, and Cayuga is the name of the Finger Lake that's right behind there. Okay, enough of the talk. Here we go. And we have to boot up. And let's see if we can find, there's the old 320 again. Climbing out over the clouds. What would he be at? Probably 8,000 to 10,000 feet. probably there. That's a good guess.
89er November Yankee traffic 527D
Okay.
527 Delta taking off runway 24 departure
So,
to the south.
So 24 departure, and let's get our, see if our chart shows up. Yeah. So we got our route of flight is cooked in, and so we just have to come slightly to the left. And when we go out of here, and let's go outside, and we should have enough space to get out of here. Yeah, take the brakes off, and away we go, heading for Ithaca. We're going to fly over the lake down there. So until we get through the sound barrier, we'll have to put up with the noise. And now we look back at Alexandria and Wellesley Island. Now we got to get the wheels up and the flaps up. Goodness gracious. Okay. And we'll get going down here. We probably could follow the roads. Probably follow the roads and look out toward. Yeah, look at all the lakes out there. Whoa. Yeah, there's Highway 81 going up there and on over to Canada, over the islands. Just all kinds of islands. And we'll go a little bit more to the right. We're going to move the sun to a little earlier in the day. Oh, get it? Yeah, it's probably gonna see if that gets out of our eyes. And we'll go back down here. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we'll get up to about 25,000 feet. There's Lake Erie on the right. No, I think initially it's here, let me get rid of that. It's Lake Ontario. Lake Ontario is right there. Yep, that's what that is. And see where we're heading here. We're not heading that far away. Not heading that far away. About 20 minutes. So, or 20,000 feet. Get in behind here. Get over to the right just a little bit. Look out toward the lake, get the noise out of the way. And let's see here. Let's put this up here a little bit more. That's better. That's better. We're right on course. And we're steady as she goes. And let's see how our course is looking. I'm not going to mess around with the autopilot. No sense in doing that. And let's get back here. Yeah, we got Ithaca right there. We should be seeing the Finger Lakes here shortly. We're going by Syracuse. Let's look down at Syracuse. And we'll see if there's a lake right there by Syracuse. There's Ithaca. Yeah, it's a lake just before Syracuse. There's Syracuse right there. The Orangemen of Syracuse. Back up to 24,000 feet. And we want to go just slightly to the right, of course, because we're going to look at the Finger Lake on the right, which Cayucas is the one that goes down to Ithaca, and Seneca is the one that goes down to the middle finger, is the one that goes down to Watkins Glen. So we just have to follow the middle finger. Here comes one of the first lakes. Here they go, right here. There's the Finger Lakes. I've heard about the Finger Lakes, but I didn't know what they were talking about. There they are. Finger Lakes. Isn't that amazing? So it's this long one right here takes us down to Ithaca, and this one over here takes us down to Watkins Glen. That's all you need to know. And we're up to 37,000 feet. We can bring it back down. And let's see, at the north end of this little lake is Auburn. But the Auburn that I'm thinking of is down in the south, maybe in Georgia. And then we should be able to look over at Rochester. Rochester's going to be right over in there. And we'll head on down the lake here. So the idea is going to Watkins Glen is to see the World Series of NASCAR is driving there tomorrow, and they've got a couple of Penske's guys in there. So we want to see where did Penske go to school? He went in I think he went in Pennsylvania. Lehigh. I think he went to Lehigh. My buddy Phil, he's gone, and he went to Lehigh. He knew Penske and Donahue pretty well. And they all went to Pingree. I don't know whether Penske went to Pingree, which was the prep school in Elizabeth, and they moved out of there now. Okay, now I can take the power off, and we'll drift on down. I got a little frog in my throat. Drift on down here in see Watkins Glen, and look for the racetrack, which should be just south of town. I got a little too close. So I better zoom in on Watkins Glen so I see where the racetrack is. Yeah, it's right over. So we can. Oh, here it is, right there. Right there. And we'll just go ahead and stop the cameras, and we'll zoom down in on Watkins Glen. We'll see if we can see the bus stop. Maybe this is the bus stop. Should be along one of the straightaways. Can't quite figure that out. But that's the Watkins Glen, and they used to race through town. You can kind of see the main front straight right there, and maybe this is the what they call the bus stop. Okay, so there's Watkins Glen. They're racing there tomorrow. Tune in. And now we'll get this thing cranking again, and we'll go back and land at Ithaca. And turn that on. And we'll go back out all the way. Look back toward town. And Seneca Lake. We just have to come on around to our left. We're going to have to kick back in the power, get this thing kicking along again. Bye-bye to the racetrack. When it goes through the sound barrier. Get back here. There it goes. And it gets nice and quiet. And we have to put our chart up so we see where we're going. Maybe right over here to the right, slightly. Yeah, slightly to the right. There we go. I believe it's just on the other side of the tip. So I remember that we can turn off the noisemaker. So the song went like this. Far above Cayuga's waters, there's an awful smell. Some say it's Cayuga's waters, I say it's Cornell. Now, I never heard my uncle or uncles singing that song. Oh gosh, I need help. And we got to find the airport. Should be right along in here. That might be it right there. And I'll get my chart out. A little slightly left off the nose. Just to the left off the nose. Yeah, I think that's it right there. So we'll go right over town, look for the campus. I've never been there, so I have no clue as to where the campus is. We're down to 8,000 feet. And we'll get this out of the way. And we'll go looking here at the airport, right over there. And what are we at, 400? We'll put the air brake up, slow it down a little bit. Get it slowed down to about a little under 300. Throw the wheels down. Wheels down and flaps down and brakes away. Okay, now we go in behind and we need to get it to drop down. See if we can find the airport again. There it is right back there. So we could call them. Let's see what happens here. Ithaca Tompkins, right there. Tower. And full stop.
Ithaca Tower 527D527 Delta is 5 miles southeast 3,100 feet with whiskey to land.
527D527 Delta Ithaca Tower. Altimeter 29er.9er, 2 wind calm, make straight in runway tree 2. 527D527 Delta wind calm cleared to land runway tree 2.
Clear to land runway tree 2 527D527 Delta.
check the wheels down. Yeah, all set. Use the whole runway. Well, not quite.
527D527 Delta, turn next taxiway.
Got it.
527D527 Delta, contact ground on 121.8.
Okay.
Going to 121.8527 D527 Delta. Ithaca ground 527 D527 Delta, request taxi to parking.
527 D527 Delta taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha 527 D527 Delta.
Well, they probably thought we'd go down here, but this is it. Looks like it's more for. Oh, he went right under us. Okay, let's shut her down and go over and check out the campus. Oh, we're going over to the racetrack. Well, we can spend a little time at Cornell, see if my uncle had honorable mention on the rowing team back in the 30s. Probably went there in the 30s, maybe 20s. Yeah, I didn't get around until 1937. So what do I know about the 30s? Okay, let's get the hatch open. Get on out of here. And we'll look around Ithaca Airport. Beautiful country. There he goes. He's going to walk under the airplane again. Be careful. Be careful of those engines. Yeah, you can walk right under there. Okay. Thanks for watching. Let's go racing. Bye-bye.